Welcome back to a new episode of Mastering Programming. In today's episode, we're doing something very interesting and very cool that I'm very excited for. Potentially, we can all be making money from this. And that is the introduction of GPTs by openAI. So openAI is the company behind ChatGPT, and recently they made an announcement saying that anyone can now create GPTs. What are GPTs? Well, GPTs are basically refined version of ChatGPT that we all use. And anyone can create it. So you can create a specific version of ChatGPT, basically just specific for creating creative writing coach, or for laundry buddy, or as a tech advisor, or game time. Anything that you want or need, basically you can create a specific ChatGPT for, and not just can you use it, but you can actually share it with other people to use it as well. Now at the moment you can't be making money out of this. However, they are saying that the GPT store is rolling out later this month. So at some point later this month, I will be able to sell GPTs that I created, and you will be able to sell GPTs that you created as well. And in this tutorial, we're actually going to be creating one. If we have time, we can even create more than one GPT. And once they roll out the store, I'll also be showing you how we can release a GPT for everyone else to use. And the best thing about this is that honestly, anyone can do it. You don't need any programming experience. It does not actually require programming. You just type what you want it to do and it creates it. Almost feels like cheating, but it's very easy to do, and we're going to do it together right now. Now, the first thing that you need is obviously a ChatGPT account. One other thing that unfortunately you do need is that you can't be on the free version. You need to be a paid member. So it's $20 USD per month, so it's not cheap, but at the same time this could potentially, like if you make 20 GPTs, it could really work out. And with that subscription, you don't just get that, you get ChatGPT 3.5 and then ChatGPT 4, so you also get access to like real browsing information, but with that also comes the limit of 40 messages per 3 hours. And at the moment, I can see all the GPTs that have been created. At the moment, it's only showing the ones by ChatGPT. By OpenAI. Oh no, there are some that have been created by other users. So these have been created by other people that I can just use. We can see this one is by ChatGPT, by someone called North Pole. And at the moment, all of them would be free, so I cannot purchase it or I cannot sell it. But later this month, you will be able to sell it. So this guy by North Pole can actually make this for money, basically. Now, before we start into creating one, let's just use one and see how it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select the Cosmic Dream one. So again, this has been created by ChatGPT. It tells you custom versions of ChatGPT that combine instructions, extra knowledge, and capabilities for a specific purpose. And if I click get started, it just gets me here. Now this tells me Visionary Painter of Digital Wonder, so it's been created here, and let's see what it does. So when we start working on it, we can even let it show specific original prompts or default prompts that we can select. For example, ChatGPT decided to have emoji, alive, cat, and love. Let's select love and see what it will do. So it'll be creating an image for us. And you can see it's loading. It's a very tiny loading bar, but it is, I guess, loading. And again, remember, the idea is someone created this GPT to just create cosmic dream images, basically. So let's have a look. It tells you, in the cosmos of emotions, love is a planet of its own, surrounded by a nebula of dreams. So again, a whole ChatGPT, basically very specific to just creating images like this with some quotes. Now let's obviously get to the part where we started this video for, and that is creating our own GPT. So to do this, I'll click on Explore, and when I do so, we will get a link of all the other GPTs available. Some of them by GPT itself, some of them are by random people, like this one. Let's go ahead and create our own by clicking on Create a GPT. And you can see that it's actually very easy. All you need to do is have a conversation with the GPT builder and explain what you would like to do. It even gives you an example. All you need to do is something like make a creative who helps generate visuals for new products, or make a software engineer who helps format my code. So this is sort of like the template that it's expecting. And obviously, just like everything, you also have the option to, and let me just move the camera because it's coming in the way. You also have the option to categorize this even further. So you can, or configure it, sorry, even further. So you can give it a name, description, some further instructions, conversation starters. So these are like the 4 boxes that appear. I don't have an example open, but it's like the 4 boxes that appear here that you can just select from. You also have some knowledge. So you can add specific knowledge, let's say some files or some examples of what you'll be after. For example, if you're creating a GPT that generates YouTube thumbnails, and there's a specific style of thumbnails that you would like, you can actually upload few thumbnails that you've liked and say, I would like thumbnails that match the same theme or that look similar. Over here, you've also got some capabilities that you can add. So you've got web browsing, very cool. You've got the DALL-E image generation. So if you're going to be doing anything that generates images, which we are actually going to be using for this tutorial, then you can tick that on. And obviously, if you want the code interpreter, so if you want to create a GPT that lets you run code or read code or analyze code in general, you need to turn that on. Otherwise, not needed. Now over here, we've got some options. So we've got the option to upload a photo. We've also created a new action where you can add some authentication and so on. But we're not going to need that for now. For now, what I'll start with is I'll just come over here and I'll actually just explain to GPT what I want. I want a designer that takes 2 photos. 1 photo of a pet and 1 photo of the pet owner, and turns it into a cartoon portrait into a funny cartoon portrait of them both. Let's see if it's smart enough to just take that and sort of understand it. So it's saying updating GPT, so it's actually creating it now, which is awesome. So it starts to actually ask you straight away. If you notice, it will start asking you for sort of your name and so on. It even lets you write your description. So for example, straight away it said description, a creative designer turning photos of pets and owners into fun cartoons, and then it even gives instruction on what this GPT does. So it says GPT is designed as a creative designer specializing in merging 2 photos, one of the pet and one of its owner. So even way better description of what I gave. To create a humorous cartoon portrait, the GPT should be adept at understanding and interpreting the characteristics of both the pet and the owner. So remember, you can actually write the instructions yourself, or you can just give a simple message like I did, and it will actually do the whole thing for you. A description, instructions, and even ask me if I like the name, and then also created the conversation starters. Turn this photo of my dog and me into a cartoon. Create funny cartoon portrait of my cat and I. I want a cartoon version of this photo with my pet, and so on, which is great. And honestly, I cannot write a better instruction than this and a better description than this. Let's have a look about the name though. How about the name Cartoonize Duo for this GPT? Do you like it or have another name in mind? I actually like it. I like the name. I'm not sure if I was meant to say something else, but but I do like this name. Let's see if that works. So it even will generate a profile photo or like a profile picture for this GPT. And when I publish on the App Store, or when I publish on the GPT Store to sell it, it will have all the configuration, the instruction, description, name, and even an image for it, designed for me. Let's have a look at what it comes up with though. So this is the this is the image that it came up with, and I absolutely love it. It's awesome. Great, we've named the GPT Cartoonize Duo, and here's the profile photo. It even updates it over here that represents its playful and creative nature. Do you like it, or would you like any changes to the profile photo? And I love it. I love it. Fantastic. Now let's refine the GPT's role and how it should behave. Think about what kind of interactions you'd expect with cartoonized duo. Should it give creative suggestions or strictly follow your instructions for the cartoon portraits? I think it should give creative suggestions. Otherwise, it becomes a bit too lame, I guess. And let me actually shrink myself here. You can see that it has the 4 options, the conversation starters. So again, if we go to configure, we've got the image, we've got the name, which is not added here yet, we've got the description, a creative designer turning photos of pets and owners into fun cartoons, and the instructions. It got the conversation starters over here. And this is what I'm saying. You can actually fill this on your own, or you can use the builder here to do it. So another message: now that cartoonized duo is ready to offer creative suggestions to your cartoon portraits, let's talk about what should be emphasized or avoided in its interactions. For example, are there certain types of humor or cartoon styles that should be avoided? I think avoid any sexual content. Avoid any sexual content or animal cruelty, I'm spelling that wrong, being generated, because I don't want someone to generate a weird sexual photo of them and their pet, or them harming their pet, or anything like that. So let's just make sure that that's over here. And this actually got me thinking now, could I create this to not avoid certain things? So can I create this to not avoid religion or to not avoid sexual things, and then everyone goes crazy? Next, there are specific guidelines or interaction styles you would like cartoon to follow. For instance, should it use a certain type of language, or there any specific way it should engage with users? Maybe let's let it use emojis. Try use emojis based on the type of pet being used. So if it's a cat, use a cat emoji in your responses. If it's a dog, use a dog emoji in your responses. I'm not even sure if it can do that, to be honest, but I guess we're gonna have a look. Finally. Oh, awesome. So it changed this straight away, and that's amazing. Finally, how would you like cartoonized duo to personalize its interaction? Should it reference specific details from the photos you provide, or perhaps adapt its responses based on your feedback? Let's say adapt its responses based, on feedback. Let's go. So it says cartoonized duo is now fully configured and ready. It will create humorous cartoon portraits of pets and their owners, relevant emojis for a playful touch, and adapt its response based on your feedback for a personalized experience. Feel free to try out cartoonized duo in the playground, which is a separate chat dialogue to the right. If you have any refinements or changes you'd like to make, just let me know. How would you like to proceed? Alright, so unfortunately my computer decided to just restart, so we lost the original tab. But I came back, and the only changes that I did was I just changed the conversation starters. They had 4, I just changed it to just be 2, and that's it. And basically at this stage we're actually ready to use cartoonized duo, so we can test it out now and make any changes if you want to. And then I'll also show you how to publish it, and I'll even share the link for you to use it in the link below. So again, this is just like a preview, so you get to use it. If you don't like it, you can come over here in the builder and make any changes, whether to the configuration, the name, the description, or the instructions, or whatever it is. So let's go back over here, and I'm not going to use one of these. I'm going to first show you my preferred way of using it. So it will be create a cartoon image of my dog and I based on images I upload. and make it space themed. So I'm going to send that, and let's see what it says. Absolutely, I'll be delighted to help create a cartoon image of you and your dog with a space theme. Please go ahead and upload the images of you and your dog, and I'll get to work on creating this cosmic cartoon portrait. So it sounds like I understand exactly what I want. So let's go ahead and click over here. This is an image of my dog. This is an image of me. So let's go ahead and upload that. And let's send it. And this is the first time I'm testing this, so I haven't tested it before, so hopefully it's not embarrassing. Okay. Alright, so I don't think that looks like me. This kind of does look like the dog. I mean, it has the white stripes and everything, but let me I want to adjust it. So let's say, can you try make it look like me a bit more? And again, this is just a very silly example. It's just a very quick way of showing you what you can do using GPTs. And I'll also share it, so maybe you can play with it and give it better prompts if you would like. Okay, so this actually does not look bad. This is, I mean, I'm bald, I'm wearing glasses, I've got a bit of a beard, and the dog actually looks very similar to my dog. Now, ooh, I like it. I just want to change this guy a little bit. So let's see, can you keep everything exactly the same? But make the man have black eyes and a slightly darker skin. Let's have a look if this works or not. I do like the image there, so I'm going to download it. Allow, yes. And let's have a look at the image that it's creating now. Oh, alright, I don't mind that. Yeah. Can you add glasses to the main? Alright, one more try, and then I'm just gonna show you how to publish this, and I'll give it to you, and then maybe you can just refine it and make it better. So let's have a look. One thing I realized though is that even though I said, can you make this photo the same, like use the exact same photo but just change it, it didn't actually do that at all, which is fine. Alright, that is a good photo. I think it doesn't need to be an exact copy of me, but it's learning. It knows how to do it better. So let's go ahead and save that. And what I'll do now is I'll come over here, and I selected anyone with a link. So anyone with a link can basically use this. You can also select only me or public. I'm waiting to verify myself in order for me to be able to put it public. And what I understand is that once you put it as public, you can actually publish it to everyone else, and you can even start making money from it. So I'll click confirm, and let's go ahead and copy that link and put it over here, and there you go. So now I've got it. I can go to ChatGPT normally, and I'll find it over here because I've used it before. But if you want to look for it, you can click explore, or you can actually use that link. I'll send it to you. Let's go ahead and quickly just test it out and see if it works or not. So I'm gonna go over here and say, can you create an image of my dog and I using images I upload? And let's just come over here. Oops. The dog is an English stuffy. Oh, actually, let's not put any description. Let's just send this, And we're not gonna make sure it's like, oh, okay, see, this is what I didn't like, because it didn't even ask me for for the images, which is fine. Can you create a cartoon image of my dog and I based on images I upload to you? Sure. Okay, it's a bit slow. Please upload the images you'd like me to use. Okay, so let's go ahead and upload the exact same 2 images again, and let's see if this one gives make sure the man is bald and wearing glasses. Let's see if it will actually be able to pick on this and give it the right way. Remember, this is how the last one that it created based on a few different prompts. I actually still like this one. That's my favorite, but it's fine. This one looks like me the most, so I'll use that. Let's go ahead and see how this one went. It's still loading. Okay, I you know what? I actually really like this. I think that works really well. Probably even better than the other one. Now let's just say, can you make a space theme? But this actually looks really well, to the point that I'm actually very accurate that I'm actually going to provide some feedback. Can you make it space themed? Because that look, wow, that I loved it. I actually think if that person, if it was in space and if it wasn't bold like that, it would be perfect. Oh wow, it's even wearing a smartwatch. Alright, let's see one more example and then I'll end this video. Again, make sure you do check it out and let me know what you think. And if you have any better ways of doing this, make sure you let me know. Wow, alright, that is that is very realistic. That it's actually a bit scary. I'm gonna ignore that one. I'm going to use the one that I showed you before. But anyways, it works. You can all use it using that link. Hopefully we all start making some nice money and explore this. And I'm really looking forward to how the world or the community will take this. Thanks so much for watching this episode. I hope you did enjoy it. Please make sure you do leave a like and comment. Let me know what else I could have done better, and how any ideas for GPTs, let me know and we can create it together. Hope to see you in the next episode.